So if I can create authenticity with the audience, they'll know, wait, Austin isn't just blowing smoke up my ass. He's the same as me. He just is more educated on something and he wants to share it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to episode number 5 of Austin Silver Now. We're getting right into it today. So with today's episode, I really wanted to talk about something that might have been overlooked and probably was my fault. So what we're talking about today is budgeting. Budgeting is something that you should have learned in grade school, high school, or college, and I'm sure as hell 100% positive that you did not learn it. So before we get into it, I want to just throw this out there. It's not about what you spend. Oops, said it wrong. It's not about what you make. It's about what you spend. I need you to understand that. It's not about what you make. It's about what you spend. What that means is you can make $100,000 a year, but if you're spending $95,000 of it, or $110,000 of it, or $150,000 of it, you're not in the best position possible. But if you make $50,000 a year and you only spend 15 or 20, you're doing okay. So it's not about what you make, it's about what you spend. There's a couple reasons that we need to build a budget. One, you need to know what you're spending. You don't want to be that asshole that goes to the bar and swipes his credit card and it bounces back, right? And the only reason that happens is because you try to count how much money you're spending in your head and it just doesn't work like that. Another reason that we need to build a budget is because you don't know what you're saving. We talked about the rule of 10% and we've talked about taking advantage of compound interest. So at this point, I should smack you if you don't know what you're saving, right? Because if we want to get to our goals, we need to know where we are and how we're going to get there. So we need to know what we're saving. Another really, really important reason, you're wasting time if you don't build a budget. If you don't build the budget, you're missing out on compound interest. You're missing out on investment opportunities and saving opportunities and opportunities to make the most for every dollar that you have. It's crazy to me. It's insane. The shocker of the year, everybody, the earlier you start to save and consistently do it for a long period of time, the more money you're going to have in the long run. That's how easy this is. So that's another reason why we need a budget. Sorry for getting angry. The last reason why we need a budget is the most important reason. If you don't build a budget, guys, you're not going to live the life that you want to live. You're just not. You're going to have this thing hanging over your shoulder, this shadow, this weight. And that's going to hold you back from things. And the whole purpose of this show is to make sure that nothing holds you back from your dreams, from your goals, and from finding success in whatever it means to you, okay? So now you understand why we need a budget. How are we going to do it? First, list out how much money you make in a month. Be honest with yourself. Don't give yourself a little bump. Lowball it. Be conservative here. Once you have it written out how much you make per month after taxes, list out your expenses. Rent, car, gasoline, groceries. If you buy clothes every month, if you need, whatever you need, dog food, I don't care. List it all out. Then, this is very important, so listen close. Put in a slot in your expenses for a monthly entertainment budget. Meaning going out to the bar, going to the movies, going to the Eagles games, going to whatever you want to do with your friends. This is where everyone makes the mistake. They think that if they build a budget, that all the leftover money is for entertainment. It doesn't work like that. Everyone does that. I literally wrote out the blueprint for this show, and that hit me. I was like, this is huge. Because all of you, I bet, think that you're on the right path doing a budget. You're like, oh, I got my budget. Yeah, I left over with $300 every month and I spend it at the bar and at, PJ's on wing night. No, it doesn't work like that. That money should be used towards your debts first, then towards saving and investing. You need that entertainment budget so you live within your means and you don't spend more than you make. Got it? Good. The last tip on building your budget, there's a ton of apps for it. I use Mint. It literally will build the budget for you. If everything I just said didn't make any sense to you, which I don't understand how it couldn't, go download Mint and follow the instructions on your smartphone step by step. It'll get you there. I promise. All right? So that leads me into this. This question's from Lindsay. Lindsay runs her own makeup channel on YouTube and hair and all that girly fun stuff that I fortunately don't have to worry about, but she does a great job at it and I really support her because she pumps content like a motherfucker and it's awesome. So I'm gonna try to link her up right here, but it's probably not gonna work, so it's probably gonna be down in the description. So make sure you guys go check her out. She's awesome. Her question was, Austin, how do you fight the impulse to purchase things, on a whim? I know the question so well because I've been thinking about it for a few days. The answer to the question is you build a budget with discipline. You don't just build it. Like you can't just build it and not stick to it. The whole purpose of the budget is to stick to discipline, is to really stick to it. Stick to it. If you're gonna build it, do it, right? That's what this is about. We build something, we execute on it. I told you this topic fires me up. So build your budget, Lindsay, or everyone else who has this problem. Stick to it with discipline. But here's a few tips. Avoid the stores that you know you'll spend money in on an impulse. Every time you pass Best Buy and you go into Best Buy and buy some stupid shit you don't need, don't drive by Best Buy, okay? Another tip, if you buy clothes, don't take the tags off it right when you go home. Take the tags off it before you wear it. Otherwise, return it, get your money back, and now we're being smart. Really, the only other thing that I want to say about that, Lindsay, and to everyone else that has this impulse issue, is that the best thing to do that I started at a young age that's carried through to now is I wait. If it was right now, if it's over $50, I wait 2 days before I buy it, at least. Sometimes longer. I just bought a new laptop. It took me 3 weeks to decide on which one and how much I was going to spend. And then I thought about it for a few days after that as well. So like, you really just need to push these things off and honestly just ask yourself every day when you think about it, the first thing that comes to mind, oh, I want that TV. Do I want it? Do I need it? Answer that question. If you want it and you can't afford it, don't buy it. If you need it and you can afford it, buy it. Done. So if you don't take anything else out of this episode, if you think building a budget is bullshit and you're just not going to do it, just do not let your heart control your money. It should all come from here. If you let your heart control your money, you're going to make those stupid impulse purchases. You're going to waste time. You're not going to know where you're saving and you're not going to know what you're spending, and it's going to literally shoot yourself in the foot, all right? I'm sorry that I'm so fired up about this. Next week, we're going to go into some more exciting stuff about how to make our money work for us. But I needed to let you guys know how we need to actually understand where every dollar we have is. And I didn't want to leave it overlooked. So remember, don't let your heart control your wallet. I'm OG.